Mayat Hotep. This is Asara Satep and Ra. Ma'at. Peace and blessings. Happy New Year's. Today is Thursday, January the 3rd, which means that since December the 21st, we've all been actually living on borrowed times, according to our brilliant leaders. They convinced everyone that just like many other doomsday dates we've been handed by them, that we were all going to die. I believe the motive behind it is because they like to extract money that you otherwise would be saving in the banks, where you shouldn't be doing that either, because the banks are owned by these people. The problem is that the lies are all formulated to keep ignorance in the mindsets of the masses, so that we will never ever be able to have anything else to do with your time but worry all the time, one event after the other, constantly. They keep you in a state of worry and indecisiveness because they could flip it on you at any moment. They can make diamonds that's real valuable today have no value at all tomorrow. Same thing with stocks. Same thing with children. You can have a child that you love around today, and then tonight they could be them locked his ass up or her up in jail with some bullshit charges. You know, so what I'm getting at is that I want to show you why the propaganda is necessary. The deception of the masses is based on ignorance. Ignorance must be common amongst a large group of people in order for a small group of people to control them. Control is based on who is the wisest. It takes a wise man to govern himself. You got to understand something. Freedom is not free. You have to pay a cost for freedom, and the cost that you have to pay for freedom is called cognitive energy. You have to constantly learn without letting someone else just tell you something and you take their word for it. Otherwise, you will be stuck on Jesus. You will be stuck on Muhammad. You will be stuck on things other than knowing that your true reality of self is your God self. And that's what you should be stuck on. That's why I have come to know myself as God. That's why I feel privileged to have the nerves to call myself God and Asar. On top of that, the greatest God ever known to me is myself, God, which I have found out to be Asar. So now, the reason why I'm saying all this is because, of course, we all know that behind religious dogma and slavery and all the brutal wars that we've had and all the mistreatment of the most important commodity on the earth, which is all of our mothers and sisters and aunties and cousins and every human life on earth. But I'm just saying the deliberate disapproval and the dissatisfaction and the just one even ounce of an appreciative attitude of the vessel that we all come from is the reason our earth is stagnated. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a trace and a trail of how the woman was deliberately destroyed. I'm going to show you proof that these vessels that you see flying around our planet are here to destroy our government because of the wicked things they've done to our women on this planet. Okay, I'm going to show you proof. Alright, when I get through with these segments I'm going to put on from here on, you're going to see proof of what I'm saying to you. I'm going to show you proof from an arrangement of concepts in my own mind that I have saw all my life. I thank God, the Son, S-U-N, not S-O-N like you see there. See on there you see shield of the S-O-N. Okay, listen, you cannot put the S-O-N before you put the S-O-N. Okay, because I mean you can't put the S-O-N before you put the S-U-N. So the only true shield on this planet will be the shield of the S-U-N, not S-O-N. See, they showing you their religious dogma with the whole Jesus thing, making a man come to earth and be greater than the S-U-N Son. I'm going to prove that to you too. But see, any great man on the earth will have the S-U-N Son backing him up. And he will let you know that the S-U-N Son is the only reason why he has an existence to do anything. Then when you start vibrating on the S-U-N Son, you're going to find out that middle letter, that U, is for uterus. I'm telling you the truth. That's exactly what it's for. So, the shield of the sun, S-U-N, actually means the shield of the goddess. Now let me explain that to you, because I'm going to break that down to you so you can understand. There will never be no son if he does not have a mother, which even means that our S-U-N son has to have a mother. This is how we set up our existence of infinity, from all these suns getting greater than the one that you know, but all being a manifestation of the overall encompassing sun, which is the cosmic vagina that I keep telling you all, we all live constantly encapsulated in. Okay, I've been watching stuff on YouTube because, let's face it, I like YouTube. Real simple. My son got me hooked onto that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was no computer idiot. And I say that because this stuff is addictive. You just could go out there and keep looking around just to see what people have posted. When I'm not working, I'm getting my money. This is where I'm at the computer. It's fanatical. I don't know what happened. But my son started showing me stuff about the computer a while back. He even showed me how to actually upload stuff to YouTube. So after I started doing this stuff, it became addicting. It got all into my blood and everything, you know. So not only do I like to share my conceptualization with the world, I go out there and look for the conceptualizations of other people too, to build my conceptualization, because I know it's garbage that I can utilize and I know it's not. So I'll be like scavenging for stuff that I can use to push my vision. Okay? So I came across this last week and I was watching it and I said, you know, I'm going to use this to do some work with. Now, the reason why is because I'm going to use this to support my claim that there is a deliberate attack to discredit the woman for being the goddess of this universe, not just this planet. This is a universal thing. That U for universe and that U for uterus just didn't happen that way. As you can see, it is an obvious shape of a woman's uterus. And it has an opening in it to show that it's constant. On the urge, it's constant and bringing manifestations and returning manifestations to where they come from. That's why it's the U shape, like a cul-de-sac at the end. A cul-de-sac is easy access to get in and easy access to get out for the houses that live around that cul-de-sac. That's what it's all about. It shows you how the mind will work in all aspects of engineering and create representations of what is natural spiritually without even recognizing that's what it's doing. But in all aspects of life, you can find these geometric formations that is reproduced from the conceptualization of man knowing these geometric designs from witnessing them from day one to the day he expires as a manifestation of this physicality on earth is what I mean. Because remember, there is no expiration on spirituality. All right. Thanks for sharing that with me and listening. But my point is that I want to prove to you that someone has put their feet around a woman and taken her position as goddess and replaced it as a god. Ain't nothing wrong with being a god, but you can't be a god if there's not a goddess. That's what I want to point out. These same people have given you a savior that's in the manifestation of flesh that they're going to want to try to make you believe is greater than these people that's coming around here now whooping the shit out of the Vatican. And these corrupt armies on the earth that's been hanging us, hanging women, raping women, abortioning women, enslaving people, taking large pieces of property, hoarding it for themselves and all the food on the earth and killing everybody and just out slaughtering animals and you name it, they've been doing it. And all this in the name of their God. Every religion on earth has a God that has given them permission to be devilish as hell. And they stand behind that bullshit propaganda 100% and murder people, especially us melanated people. You fucking Arabs have done it, you Jews have done it, and you Christians. And then you taught black people to do it to themselves too, because a lot of you black men out there that's pimping black women, your ass is just as guilty and you're gonna freaking burn too. Know that. All this stuff that we have been taught to utilize as a concept of what our Creator wanted us to do on earth is brainwashing that's been given to us by Satan the devil. that came to earth to destroy it. And that's all he's done since he's been. He destroyed his own woman and destroyed everyone else on the earth, right along with himself, because of his inability to deal with his melanin recessiveness. When he looks in the mirror, his self-hatred is what makes him attack the rest of the world. Now, I ain't saying all melanin recessive people are like that. But one thing you might want to conceptualize is that if you call yourself a white person other than a melanin recessive person, you might want to see, are you being really true honest with your self-identity? Now, this is where cognitive quest comes in at, because a person who really wants to know will find out about self. And that's what this is all about. So the shield of the SON sign, they messed up right away because they left out the SUN sign. Okay, and then the first word, shield, you notice it always shows up. Well, just so you can know, my name that was given to me by the controlling entity known as the United States of America ends up being Paul Shields. That is not my true, abiding, universal name. But the fact that the name Shields always shows up with son in the Bible is just corroborating my claim to the world that I am the one Savior that was sent to the earth to save the earth. I'm not here to try to make no one see anything different than themselves as their God. And then once you see that, you can live accordingly to your newfound identity of self. Once every person accepts the fact that we are responsible for self and we cannot allow a group of people to give us a mediator, and then the mediator itself never be solved. The only spirit of this mediator that shows up is when other people come and do something, and then you overlook the person that did it and give thanks to the spook that you never saw and never will saw. Just like the same stupid stuff at Christmas time when you all pass gifts out to each other and say Santa brought them. Ain't nobody ever saw Santa himself. When the supermarkets and the grocery stores and the department stores that lure you in as Christmas to spend all your money, they give you that crap. And that's the only place you see them, is when you see the freaking mannequins and the posters and all their freaking sketches of Santa and the ho 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 that you hear on the radio, and the stupid commercials and the reindeer and all that stuff. It's just all fragments of your imagination, a reality of a holographic world that someone has given to you to make you be stagnant and ignorant and foolish consumers. Hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's true. But anyway, moving right along, one of the greatest things that's got sold to you as a commodity is religion. And it's still being sold to you. Now, all these preachers and all these centers of learning that you go to around the earth for some reason can't give you a logical reference to what these things are flying around our planet that is obviously destroying all the vessels on the ocean, telling them stay your ass off the ocean. And then they want to tell us that these people are evil. Why are they evil? Because they're stopping you from raping the earth and stealing all the oil out of the earth, and then forcing the people to live on the earth to use your commodities that you force people to have to utilize. Otherwise, they couldn't exist on earth. This is what I mean. The earth was set up by our universal creator where it was real simple. All we had to do was go to the tree and pick fruit and eat it, and till the ground and plant our crops and cook and feed for ourselves. People lived on earth like that forever, in harmony with the earth. The European male came along, and I say the male more than the woman because it was him. Okay? That's the reason why I say the melanin concept of the sun dropping that on earth is going to wake certain people up. The people that wake up are the ones that are going to be able to be left on earth, and they're going to be the ones who can identify with the melanin codes that's coming from the sunlight. The other ones that's so rotten at the core that you're not going to want to accept the fact that the melanin that's missing in your life is why you're so dull. You're going to dull right out and you're going to burn out. Like a dull ass light bulb does. Okay. Back to the point. The control of the land and the erection of houses and the taxation of everyone and the forcing you to pay rents and then the control of all who get to work and who does not get to work is why we live in a world that's based on hatred. Okay, because people have been taught to have envy and suspicion and jealousy and competition rituals of existence with other people on earth that you should look at as an extension of yourself and someone that you should be bowing down to without even expecting them to bow back down to you. Because when you know that they are God, you will treat them as God. And see, if you don't know that you are God, you're not going to be able to know that your neighbor is God. That's what I was sent here to deal with. Lack of knowledge of yourself. is what we need to address. That's the reason why I went all around the blog and all the cuss words and everything, so you could all hate a motherfucker and have a reason to tune in to see what else his ass gonna have the nerves to say, because that's what Americans like. They love that violence and that barbarism. You know, they love it. The north side, east side, west side, the competition, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Everybody just got that so tuned into them because it was programmed into our brains as children. So now we're going to go on with this. The shield of the SON. We're going to show you why that should be Paul Shields is the son of the goddess. I'm going to prove that to you. We all are on this earth. The only thing is that a lot of people don't want to accept that because they want a God that's fashioned, already put together. It's almost like going to fast food. You're going to let somebody else prepare your meal for you. You don't really know what the hell is in there. But since you don't have to do all the necessary rituals or actions, your lazy ass, you let someone else do it for you. And so you're never going to eat anything really that's coming from a center of love, like your mother or your grandmother would cook for you. You can forget about those people in that restaurant having a concern about you. They want to make a profit, which means a lot of time they're going to cut corners and tell some lies here and there too. That's the way making profit goes. You have to be cutthroat in America because making a profit comes from an arena of cutthroat people. They're the only ones who set up this capitalism where everyone has to compete with each other. So you know they're going to make it very competitive. So my point being, when you start watching this, I want to show you how they're going to do everything they can to discredit the people who came here to save us from this oppressive tyrant governments of Europe. That's who they are. The whole freaking, and that's not even a continent, you know, but they want to call it that to make themselves seem greater than they really are. But everybody over there in that clip, it's nothing but an extension of Asia, if you really want to know what I believe. But that don't matter because that's what I believe, but that's not what you believe because you was taught different in the schools books of the people who want you to be ignorant. And I see that these are some very new people who showed up, got a little bit of knowledge from the people who have been on this earth forever, and utilized that knowledge in a negative way to create this existence of stagnation and decadence that we are all in right now, that make these superior God beings come into the earth, get in their ass, give us knowledge. Don't let this shit happen again. Get your stuff together. A lot of people are going to have to be eradicated and killed because the infestation is so bad that you have all different types of intrusions going on this planet that is not organic, you know, and so they're all going to be eradicated, and it's going to be a form of conscious eradication because of your consciousness is not with the SON sun. You're vibrating on the SON sun, and you're not seeing a concept of the God is in the picture anywhere. You're probably a person who needs to start reading more. Okay, now let me start this, and right away it's going to go through the drag about the man that's telling you he used to work for NASA, and now he's so afraid that these extra visitors on the earth has a evil intent. And this coming from the people who we know has enslaved everyone, did World War I, World War II, World War III, and now they want you to see someone more evil than they as that has been here now for forever, been here forever and never done anything to one person that anyone can actually say they know. Except I see those videos that they're showing now with them disintegrating cops and everything. You know, I've videoed a lot of that stuff and showed it to you, so I don't really say that this is true stuff because I haven't saw it happen myself. And I know at this day and time with generation of computer, you know what I'm saying, graphics and everything, it's easy to make anything look good. Don't even need to be a real good Hollywood director. Just common stuff that the computer make you capable of doing right now if you're knowledgeable enough to do that. But I'm saying I don't take everything for visual value, but I do use what I see out there to put a conceptualization of image that you can visualize to help me push my vision as what I see is going on, all right? So what I see is going on is that we have our universal mother who's very concerned about people on our earth taking advantage of us, making us all be the depressed, going nowhere, people that we are, charging us all this high-ass rent, paying for water. That lets you know something is wrong. You should not have to be paying for water, okay? So the UFOs are here to kill them, and that's what they're doing. When you see these weather formations going around the earth, destroying large centers, it's because the homes and everything that's being destroyed, it's owned by these corporations that's been pimping everyone by making you pay rent to live in them. And now don't get me wrong, because people that's a part of the earth the way it is right now has to be abiding by the system. We all know that. So I don't want no one to be trying to think that I'm saying every landlord is a crook or a criminal. That is not what I'm saying. I'm pointing out the circumstances of our society that is the way they were when we were all born into it. So I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to give you a more, if you will, candid aspect of the true dynamics of the poverty and the existence of this slavery system has come from the people that I call Zionists and Nazis. And if you don't know about it, it'll never be taken away. So I was sent here to tell you the knowledge about them, so you can know. The aliens that we call aliens are emanations of our spiritual essence, our spiritual creation. Our conceptualization of thought is constantly locked in with our God Creator. Our God Creator, our universe creator, which is the sunlight, creates the necessary sustainment for us through our conceptualization of thought and what we ask for it. When you guys is on the ground begging Jesus to do something for you, those thought waves go to the sun. They go also into your inner consciousness inside of your body. And then when all that stuff happens, it goes through the ground to the essence of life that's in the ground. And then it permeates back from the ground, back through you, and then up to the sun, and then back through you like that all the time, constantly. So whatever you think about, you will make manifest. So manifest solid energy inside of you from your conceptualization of your God self. And then that's how you will always see yourself being more in control of your life and not being as victimized by ritual of bullshit propaganda like what I'm going to show you now. Okay, let's go like this. And remember, today is January the 3rd, 2013, so they were wrong. We all did not die December the 25th. Matter of fact, we made it through the whole December. Now I know you all remember this.
Some people think that aliens are from another planet, and some people think that aliens travel intergalactically, to say that they travel as people or pilots in a ship. And some people think that they're from another solar system, And some people think that they created us. And so some people think that they're here to bring about a ancient knowledge that mankind lost or something like that. Some people think that Christ is...
Okay, that's what I know they're here to do. They're here to restore the knowledge of self to the people that inhabited this planet, because you have all been put to sleep of your God conscious, of who you truly are. The eradication of your melanin, the stuff that makes your skin turn from hue to black, is your God connection with your creator essence of true knowledge. Someone came to this earth knowing that and created a way to eliminate the melanin from your whole collective being of your physicality. Not only did they set that up to happen to a launching sector of people, they also gave consciousness and information along to these launching sectors of people to induce the ideal of this melanin being something that you should not be desiring of and that should be eradicated. And the reason being for that was so we can have a state of depletion that will go around and deplete everything on earth. And that is the reason why the earth is being so depleted, because of the depletion of the melanin being the first creation of depletion by these people that came here and set this system up. Now the new people that are here is here to reverse that and put things back in order. And the people who know that's why they are here. And you can see, I can show you the battles that's being fought on the earth right now. I can show you that to back up what I'm saying to you, let you know that it's true. But what I'm getting at is that the whole ideal of this hatred of blackness and everything is stupid. Because when you look at the earth, you can see the black soil. When you look into space at night, you can see the blackness of space. And if you go to the ocean and you dive, like I do sometimes, I haven't done it in a while, but I've used the scuba dive a lot. When you get past the depth that the sunlight has reached its limit at, once past there, you get back into complete blackness, the same complete blackness like the inner region of the female's vagina. So the hatred of blackness was deliberately implemented into the mind of the people of the earth to get them to go along with the eradication of their blackness. And the removal of your black pigments from your skin always causes illness and sickness, because you cannot receive the life-sustaining forces that come from the sunlight without the sunlight having a problem with your skin absorbing it. So if your skin is reflecting the light force that it should be absorbing, that means that you are not getting your true sustainment from the God-given source of information as well as life. And they knew that. And now that's why they want to give you, watch what he want to sell to you. He want to tell you to get rid of your blackness. That's what everything's been on the earth. Kill black people, make sure they don't reproduce. Let's do everything we can to make sure all of the real true people of the earth, who the earth created, is all killed. See, that was a ignorance. That was a conceptualization that was given to the people of the earth to make you think stupid. And that stupid thinking launched the reason why the earth is being destroyed. Because once you start destroying everything that's melanated, that means you got to destroy the whole earth, especially for the oil that's in the earth. So much damage has been done to the earth for them to get down to that oil, which is the most melanated substance of life force on this planet. And you can see they even violated that. So now who are they to tell you who these aliens are, that if they wanted to come to the earth and start doing all that stuff like that or whatever, kill everybody? They have plenty of knowledge, plenty of technology and capability. They could have done it already. So I just want to point things out to you, because the ignorance of conceptualization on the earth is what I'm here to eradicate. I'm here to make you think. Because if the fire happens, it's not going to be because someone did not come here to make you see all the options of conceptualization that was available for you.
One of these individuals in a human thing or a human disguise. There are a lot of different beliefs in regards to them. And one thing that has been proven true is that these beings have been deceivers since they first got here. And every time they told a ruler or a person that they came from a planet or they came from a society and that they were created under a different God than we would know, it has often been shown to be a lie.
Well, the thing is, no one has even told us that they existed before. So for him to come out here now and say that That means that he can tell you of an existence that these guys have talked to a government before on the earth. Only thing is, who knew that? I never knew that. Did you ever know that? So how does he know that? Do you get what I'm saying? And the only reason why he can tell you that is because he's the one that can tell you that. Alright, so now if these aliens came to the earth before and lied to a government, what government did they lie to? The same government that's in control of everything right now that they're here destroying? See, some things just don't make sense. You gotta think.
They seem to also change the story of their origin, and history has shown that over and over again. And what I mean by that is to say many times when people thought that they were on another planet, it turned out that under hypnotic trance, through hallucinations called either holographic images, they were meant to think they were on another planet.
You know, that's funny that he should mention that, because I want to point something out to you. The people that was here in the Americas at the arrival of the Europeans were put on boats and taken out on the ocean and put in the bottom of the boats. And they go on the ocean, stay out